Want to watch an action movie with the same intensity and awesomeness as Die Hard? Keep watching to learn more. I'm in Salad and I saw Speed. It is directed by Jen de Bont, written by Graham Yost. If you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is requested by a Patreon for the Fast Track Movie Review. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. Oh, it's mosquito season again. Oh, I hate mosquitoes. This movie opens up with an intense scene of a bunch of people on an elevator that stops suddenly and is being bombed. All the cables are being bombed, so they just go in free fall. We got a team of people trying to help them, but we have two specific people that are here to help them, and they are the leads. Very heroic, very tense scene. Oh my goodness, my eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. I especially like the part where we have this chick in the elevator. She's like, no, I don't want to cross. I don't want to cross. But you're gonna die, lady. If you stay in the elevator, you're gonna die. And then she gets saved, and as soon as she gets saved, split second later, the elevator falls. And if she didn't decide to get saved, she would have died. And I like that a lot. Jack and Payne were the leads. Jack does most of the action-y stuff, and Payne's the eye in the sky kind of guy. He helps out with the Jack's very hands-on, going very fast, very intense, very dramatic, very life-threatening maneuvers. There's this bus that's rigged to explode if it goes under 50 miles per hour in Los Angeles. And Jack's like, stop the bus, trying to get it to stop. And then it hits 50 miles per hour, and then the bomb initiates, and it's like, okay, if you go under 50 miles per hour, then you will die. So, of course, Jack has to, he's like following the bus. Then he gets on the side of the bus. He has to have the bus driver open the door, and then he jumps onto the bus, which was really awesome. And he's like, okay, cool. We can't slow down. There's a bomb on the bus. I can't believe people do this in movies where they take a little while to explain what the problem is. He could have just said, hey, there's a bomb on your bus. If you go underneath 50 miles an hour, you're going to explode, so remain above 50, okay? But he doesn't say that, so that causes some tension until he eventually says it later. And then people on the bus are like, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. And there's this guy who's talking, who do be doing the talking. He'd be like, hey, I have eyes on you. If you let anybody off the bus, it's going to explode. If you try to tell anybody what's happening, it's going to explode. You know, all that fun jazz. Essentially, he can't get any help. He has to keep on going until the ransom money is given up. And I like it. I like this intensity. I just love the stakes that are involved. I also like Jack trying to find a way to subvert the guy who's doing all of this, trying to get around his rules and such. Eventually the bus driver, he gets shot. There's also this chick who's like, I want to jump out. No, don't jump out. And then that chick just freaking gets obliterated because some sort of bomb goes off on that side of the bus, and she gets hit onto the concrete. And that guy's like, that's a warning, Jack. Don't let anybody else come off of that, come off. And you got like the police are trailing them, and they have to find out ways to avoid LA traffic. If you haven't driven in LA, I have several times. Most of the LA highways are 55 miles per hour speed limit. Obviously, because there's a ton of people there. You can't have them 65 or even 75, because that's too fast. And too many people going that fast is pretty dangerous. Also in LA, there are places in which there's slow traffic. And so you have to find ways to get out of the slow traffic by driving on the shoulder, and then whenever there's an obstacle, they have to like, oh no, we have to like avoid hitting people, but they end up hitting people. It's like, oh no. When we have to go onto this freeway, it's like, okay, we got redirected to this freeway, and then it turns out that the freeway is not finished, and so they have to jump the bus. Let's prepare, and then they jump the bus, and then they're successful. It's like, how do we stop this freaking bus without exploding, right? How do we get all these people off? They go to the airport. They be circling the airport. Jack figures out, oh, I see the camera that guy's looking at us for. And he also realizes it's VCR, and if you've ever had a VCR, you can just record the tape. And then after you record the tape, like a minute or so, you just put it on loop, and That car scared me, wow. And that's the camera feed. You send it to the guy who's doing all done doing the dirty business of whatever this is. And you get everybody off, and he eventually figures it out. But by the time he figures it out, it's way too late. And he's like, okay, how are we going to stop this bus? And it's really intense because they get everybody off, and then we got the two left. We got Jack, and then there's the chick who has to drive the bus after the main bus driver is killed. And then they end up having some sort of romantic connection going on. And I love the part where they have to crash the bus in order to stop it. And then they crash it into a perfectly good airplane. And they crash it into the airplane, and they have to jump out of the car safely onto this little skidding thing. They skid on metal. And they go like, woo, and they're like, oh my goodness, woo. They're just sliding. Meanwhile, the bus crashes into the freaking airplane and it explodes. I love it. Jack and the chick be like, we lived. Why not kiss each other? And then they have a little bit of kiss too, and they find the guy that done did this thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't think I can explain well enough in words how awesome this movie is. The pacing is awesome. The tension building and releasing is awesome. I guarantee you'll have your eyes glued to the screen the entire time. There's also a good comedic quippiness to the dialogue. It's overall awesome. It's well paced. It's simple. This movie has one idea, but it's done so well. And I love how it takes place in LA. The setting itself is awesome. If it were to take place somewhere rural, like, I don't know, Interstate 69, nice. If it were to happen there, wouldn't have as much of an impact as it did here. Maybe New York could be like a sequel movie. Is there a sequel to movie to this? I don't know. I would definitely recommend this movie. You need to watch Speed. If you like Die Hard, if you like the epicness of Die Hard, this matches in the epicness of Die Hard. I gotta give this one, it's a solid, I love it so much. It's 8.2 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another on the platform you like, so $20 patreon.com/ASEPresents for one movie review per 1 month. If I haven't reviewed on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it all, so get the Patreon request in. And you can also support the daily grind this by going to itsmintsalad.com, so you can go here. And until next time, I'm Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and baked bits. Bye, goodbye, goodbye, go watch Speed. Do it, you gotta go watch Speed. I'm gonna walk really slow until you go watch Speed. Go watch Speed. Do it. Go watch Speed. Speed watch, go. Do it now. Speed, go watch. Go watch Speed right now, do it.